hope you're doing well. It is I, Lost Wolf. It's a very sort of quiet and laid back Saturday, and today we're going to be playing some Ultima 4. We're still retracing our steps. We haven't discovered anything significantly new other than that there's places that we can go that we didn't know about in all of the cities, and so that's kind of helpful. It's given us a little bit more information, and I think that's pretty good. We are in Castle Britain at the moment, and so the other place I want to go into is actual Britain, because we didn't take excessively good notes there either. And once we've done that, we're just going to retrace our steps. We're going to go to every village that we ever went to, and we're going to look and see if we can find more hidden places in all of those cities. So that is kind of today's little job. I don't know what will come of that, but we'll see. So if we run out of places to go, the next thing I think that we want to start doing is we want to start dungeon delving, because we can go into at least one of them that we do know about. And, you know, if that's doable, then we may as well just do it. So that is the plan. I am going to do some housekeeping, and then we can get going here. So give me a second while I housekeep. Alright. Let me close this up. And this. And get over here. And open this stuff up. Okay. Let me get the game all going. And let's play, shall we? Okay, so we are still in Castle Britain. If you'll recall, yesterday we did this, and we went up here. And we went to the top over here as well. There was another spot where we could go out that was there, and we did that. So one thing that I do want to try and do is I want to go in here, but I also want to try and descend. Oh, I thought there were stairs there and we could descend them. Okay, well, sure. Open. Talk. This is a person that we've never met before, so already good stuff is happening here. There, Sean. Tell me, you meet a shepherdess both strong and beautiful. She says, I am Sean. Name and your job. I am the water. I watch the water. I watch water. And your help. Tell me about the water. It brings me peace. She also said watch. Okay. Tell me about peace. Peace. Oh. I come from a proud city. They come from Agencia. I come from a proud city. Art thou proud? We are not. We're trying to get rid of pride in ourselves. He says, my town was destroyed. Oh. My town was destroyed. For its pride. The ruins lie on an isle at lap K J Okay. Tell me about pride. Tell me about proud. Tell me about city. Tell me about Agencia. Destroy. Flat. Long. Okay, so this is a weird way for her to phrase where her spot is in the world, right? We've never seen this before. This is in maybe 30 hours of playing the game. This is the first time we've seen it refer to latitude and longitude. And why, you might ask, is it doing that? Well, here, I'll show you. So if we bring up the Ultima 4 class map, right, and we look at the Ultima 4 class map, it's not going to be properly. In fact, I don't think it's going to be useful to look at this map at all. But if you had, I think it's a sextant. The sextant would tell you what latitude and longitude you are at. And so far, we haven't come across a sextant. I don't know. I mean, I think that's in this game because I believe that the manual hinted at the idea that there is a sextant. But we haven't encountered one in 30 hours, so maybe it's telling me lies. I don't know. But yeah, so if you use the sextant, it will tell you what sector of the world you're in, and from there you can kind of work out, like, it's probably fairly obvious that the top quadrant is sort of a kind of thing, and so on and so forth. So alright, I don't think that there's anything else we can get out of Sean. But we did hear from Chuckles, who said, "Speaking unto the waters of the well, and ask of altars." I don't know if this is the water of the well. It seems very like it must be, but because it says water and there's a whole bunch of water below us. But I think this is where we want to be, so talk. It says, "I'm the water." Okay, cool. This is actually the place where we need to be. Tell me about your name and your job. I hold a secret. I hold a secret. Tell me about your secret. Secret to what? And here I believe we just need to ask about altar. Altars. There are 3 altar rooms which connect the bottom levels of all 8 dungeons. There are 3 altar rooms which connect the bottom levels of all 8 dungeons. That's intriguing. From what I could see, I only thought I saw 4 dungeons. So the fact that there are 8 means that I haven't looked at the map closely enough, ultimately. Okay. Tell me about these rooms. Tell me about the connecting. Tell me about 8. Tell me about dungeons. Okay. That's, I guess, helpful and good, because it means that once we found one bottom of one dungeon, it theoretically should be easy to walk from dungeon to dungeon just using that system, so we can pick up everything that we need to pick up. Because I think that, but I'm not sure. Like, at this point, I don't know. I think that everything that you need is probably going to be on the bottom floor of each dungeon. Each stone is going to be in an altar room, and each altar room by turns is at the bottom of each dungeon. Or, I don't know, maybe the altar rooms aren't at the bottom of the dungeons, but you need to get to the altar rooms to get what you need. And then altar rooms maybe take you to the bottom of each dungeon. It might be something like that. This is all just like real serious speculation. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think I'm misreading this. My town was destroyed for its pride. The ruins lie on an isle at latitude KJ, which may be that when you're looking at it, because when... Let me just see if I'm remembering this correctly. I might be misremembering this. Okay. Oh. That's not helpful. Oh, okay. Sure. I just want to see an example. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, I was remembering this correctly. Latitude and longitude are functionally x, y numbers. And I was looking at the way she wrote latitude and longitude there. I was like, that's a bit weird. She said KJ and then LL. And so when she was saying KJ, because it was K-J, the only thing I could think of was that she was maybe adding the two numbers together. Because if you think about latitude K and then J, the only way to think about that is to say, well, latitude and longitude are functionally one number. So if you look at like latitude, it's one number, and then longitude is always one number. And so when she was saying, you know, K-J, it was confusing to me because that should really be one number, but maybe she's adding them up. Maybe it's K and J, which is 10 and 11, and that would give you 21, but that seems too wide for this game. So something is up with that. I haven't unraveled what it is, but that's fine. Okay, let me get out of here. I don't see... Oh, that's interesting. Well, let's talk to them. This is, I am Landry. Hello, Landry. Tell me about your name, tell me about your job. I'm here to warn you. I'm here to warn you. Okay, tell me about your help. I am fine, but thou must go back. I am fine, but thou must go back. Okay, tell me about this, this particular conversation is a little weird. Let's talk about back first. What else can we say here? Okay. Tell me about one. One. Ahead lies a perilous place. Okay, tell me about ahead. Oh, ahead. And perilous. Oh, okay. Once thou enters them, thou may not return whence thee came. return whence thee came. Thou art about to ask this question. Wilt thou go on? Oh. Sure, yes. Then thou art doomed. I think, that... Tell me about this place of yours. Tell me about doomed. Okay, bye. Oh, okay. So, we need a key for this. Alright. There's nothing there. So, my understanding of that, because unfortunately, much like with, what was it that got spoiled for me? There was a thing that got spoiled for me, and we were midway playing the game. It was about, I don't remember what it was. It was like about 5 or 6 sessions ago. But like a very important plot critical thing got spoiled for me. And because I hang out in different places, and the different places, you know, I talk about what I'm playing. And so there was a guy there who meant well, and he just like blew through a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch of, but a thing that he thought was important for me to know about Ultima 4. And the other thing, I must stop talking about Ultima 4 when I'm there, because he mentioned the store here. Now, my understanding of the store is that it's a shortcut to, I think, the Abyss. And once you get out, because you can go, there's a dungeon that you can climb upward in. And once you climb up to the top, you can, there's a balloon there. But we've been aiming to get the balloon, so maybe this is a good thing to do. But I don't think it's a good thing to do yet, right? It's a good thing to do once we've looked at all the other towns and we've seen what we can see with regards to hidden doors and walls and things. So I know about this because I got warned about this. My understanding is that you can go in, and then once you do, I think it closes up behind you. I'm not sure. But yeah, I have saved outside, so we're gonna jimmy this lock. Yeah, okay, open the door. And we're just gonna go in. Yeah, oh, sorry, descend. Okay, so it's dark here because we gotta mix light. We actually have to mix a whole pile of things because we need to, I think, mix some down and up, because I don't know if we're at the bottom or if we're at the top. So we need light. I'm gonna make like about 10. So light. We just need sulfurous ash for that. And then the other thing that we want to mix, I think, is probably, yep, because we want to go upward, because we want to end up on the Isle of the Abyss. So I'm going to say that we want to mix Y, and that is spider salt and blood moss. Okay, so they're just D and E. We're going to make 10 of them again, because I think that as long as we just climb upward, we should be fine. I think going with the theme that everything in this game is 8, 8, 8, 8. I think that if we just go up, 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 up 8 times, we will get to where we want to go. So this is DE. You know what I should be doing? I should be mixing exit. That's the only thing I should be mixing. Actually, I'm going to change my mind and do that, because we just need 1. So sulfurous ash, spider salt, and blood moss. So exit. sulfurous ash, spider silk, and blood moss. And then we're just gonna bail and we're going to go past exit. Okay, so I don't know where we are. Like, I have no idea. I just know that we've come up a lot. There we go. Okay, we are actually at the abyss. And if we board the balloons, drift only. Drift only? What does that mean? Okay, let me save. Let me figure out what drift only means. Okay. I think I've actually hosed us because I saved, and we may be in trouble. Oh, okay. Sure. So we can get the balloon, but we can't use it. Oh, okay. Sure. There we go. Okay, so now we are drifting. Oh my god. This is torture. I was worried about it being torture, and it totally is. I don't even know if the balloon is moving. It is. But it is... Oh, are you serious? It's drifting with the way the wind goes? Yes. So it's going east now. Oh, this is sheer torture. Okay, cool. I get it. I can't control the balloon. Wow. Why is this game like this? Why are all these Ultimas like this? Okay. Oh my god. I guess what I really need is the wind spell. But that just seems like a waste of mana and life and time, quite frankly. Okay, so the balloon is terrible. All that work for the balloon, and the balloon is terrible. I mean, cool, we can go here. This is Abyss Island, by the way. I hate the balloon. I seriously do. I can't believe that we got bamboozled into taking the balloon. Well, we didn't get bamboozled. I just very seriously wanted the balloon, and here we are. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get us to Castle British, because... Oh, Jesus. I know where I am. I think this is near Castle British. If we just go south a little bit. I'm gonna hit descend now. There we go. Wow. Okay, exit out of there. There must be a less stupid way of using the balloon, but if there is, I don't know what it is. It's alright, we're back here. This is all I wanted. I wanted a balloon. Okay, so let's go up here, because I think, though I'm not sure, that there are other secret exits. I don't understand why, in every Ultima game that we played so far, the method of using a... I want to climb. The method of using a balloon or something with flight always has to be the most tedious thing. Oh, hang on. I hear cats. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what they're doing. They yelled at each other, and now I don't know where they are. Like, I don't know where my cat is, more specifically. And that worries me, but I'll check it out once the stream is over. I'll just go and look and have a proper look and see if I can find her. Alright. Let's see if... Pardon me. Everybody Gamer says cat drama. Yeah, pretty much. Cat drama. I'm not gonna waste another key by jumping into that lock. We know that we can go... we know that we can go... that way anytime we want. We know that there's a door there. Okay, let's go here. Because I don't think we've talked to either of these people. Seashare. This is Castle Button. Yeah, we haven't talked to Seashare. Seashare. Oh, I should note a hidden door that takes to Abyss Island. A hidden door that takes us to the water. Okay. So, Seashare, tell me your name. Oh, what's your job? I fight for my country. Tell me about your health. I have a grievous wound. Tell me about fight my country. Britannia. Okay. Fighty for Britannia. We are. Yes. Then seek out the smith named Zircon. Zircon in Manor. For he made the mystic arms. Only they will save thee in the abyss. We got really lucky when you think about it. When you enter into a dungeon, any dungeon at all, and you pass turns, there's just, I think it rolls the dice. I don't know if you have to move, or if when you don't move, you stay in stasis, in other words, you do nothing. Z will stop the timer from going, but if you leave the timer going, if you just pass turns, I think that there is a percentage chance that you do actually run into bad guys of some persuasion, because it's just random, right? And so we got super lucky because we were in what I think is Hellsloth. I don't know how to say it. And I think that if we had not been lucky, we would have ended up in combat and might have killed us. Because one of the other ways off of Abyss Island is actually just to die and to come back to Castle Britain. It does a number on what you have. It takes some of your stuff away. It sets your food and your money back to like negligible numbers. But it would be a way out of the abyss if you were there and you didn't want to be. So, sure. Their country is Britannia. We need to ask about Britannia. And Smith. Zircon. Mystic. Arms. Abyss. Okay. Sure. We actually know about Zircon, so I am going to knock out this because we did this whole thing with Zircon already. Okay, so bye. Oh. Give me this all ranger name. Sheila. Tell me about your job. I search for the inner light. Okay. Tell me about your health. Inner and light. Seek the inner light in the shrines. Okay, tell me about the shrines. Runes are needed to enter the shrines. Dost thou know of the mantra? No, of mantra. We do. Good. Now, I don't know, I'm gonna say no here, because I don't know if they give us a mantra if we say no. So let's just ask about shrines. No. Okay. We said no in the second asking. And the mantras or chants needed to focus thy thoughts while meditating. Okay, so let's ask about rune. They can't help us with that. Mantra. Focus. Thoughts. Meditating. Okay, sure. So, I think that's about it for Sheila. I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, and this guy is I am a god. And we know about the specific job god and castle because we've done this before, so I want to get out of here. Is there a hidden room? Here, there is not. Okay. Let's go back this way. Now, we did not, Chuckles buddy. Thank you. We did not. We went down here, and then I looked for hidden spots here yesterday. I'm gonna do that again. I'm actually going to go into here, and I think I looked through here and decided that there was nothing to see. Yes, okay, that's still functionally true. Is there exit on the left? So far we've seen an exit on every other side. There is no exit here. Yeah, there's no exit there. But we need to go and talk to these guys because we didn't. You meet a god. Okay, so I think that these are going to be gods. Name, job, yeah. Bye. Okay, so god, bye. Oh, interesting. Thank you, friend. Okay, so we knew about this, right? Because we saw this when we were looking at the little mini-maps that the telescope showed us. So this is the treasure room that we figured we would see. So that is not too surprising. It's cool that we found it though. So let's go climb. Is there a spot? There should be a spot out here because there's forested area there. So there might actually be a spot to get outside. There isn't one here though. Okay. Let's go in here. No response. Okay. No response. You meet a person with a white hat. Name. He says, I am the chef. Job. I am the chef. How's your health? Well, all but my finger, which I cut. Okay. Okay, so tell me about being the chef. Oh, you can't help me with that. Can't. Tell me about food. Food, glorious food to cook is my life. Okay. Cook. Cooking is a practice art. Practice. Oh. Okay. Do you eat? Of course I do. Yes. Then thou should try my soup. Okay. Tell me about your soup. Oh, okay. Okay. It's also the chef. Okay. I don't see... Yeah, we can't go. I would have thought that there would be a way to go from here to either there or... I mean, further right is what I'm trying to say. Please move. Please, buddy. I'm very stuck. Until you move, I can't do anything. I guess we're just trapped here until this person decides to leave. There we go, thank you. Or I thought that there'd be a way to go through there, but there is not. Okay, cool. Sure. So hold on, let's just see. There's a little bit more. We meet a dancing jester. Their name is Jester Twin. Okay, tell me about your job. To entertain. Tell me about your health. Perfectly hoppy. Entertain. Really? Okay. Bye. Yeah, oh, hold on. Oh. I was hoping there'd be a funny response from that. So there's a door here. Yeah, I don't see anything going that way. There's a prison, and we know now from experience that we can generally get into prison. So I'm gonna try and open this door and see if we can. Okay, cool, we can. So let's talk to this guard. They're Birdie guard. Name, job. Okay, so this one is slightly different. I'm guard, and his job is I guard the castle of Manage. Oh, hang on, we've seen this before. Sure, we've seen this before. When I typed it in, I got the same response out of my Excel substitute. And so that means that we've actually talked to someone who said this before. Let me just see. Yes. So if we ask about God, he will, yeah, a God must be a valiant warrior. Art thou a valiant warrior? And we said no. Right. Oh, interesting. Like, I don't know if it'll let me go in here. It will not. It won't let me go in here. I guess we could jimmy the lock. I don't know if jimmying the lock will get us into trouble. Like, I have no idea. Like, I don't know if they will start killing us because we are doing that. So what I'm gonna do, actually, is we are gonna get out of here. We haven't made any forward progress, really, in terms of, like, gaining or losing anything. But I don't want to take chances. So, well, that's a lie. We have the balloon. And so it matters that we have the balloon because it took a lot of effort to get the balloon and then to get it here. So I think that what we need to do is save. And then we're going to climb. And we're going to just go back to the prison room. I'm going to attempt to jimmy both locks. I'm going to talk to the people there. I don't know if that's a productive use of our keys, but sure. You meet a ragged soul. Name. I am a nameless prisoner. Okay, and your job? I have none. Your health? Very poor. Tell me about none. Okay. Prison. Yeah, I pay for my crimes. Tell me what you... Are you a pirate? We are not a pirate. No. I hope that this is true. Tell me about crimes. Crime is an evil thing. Okay. Tell me about pirate. Tell me about evil. Okay. I think that the rest of these people are going to say much the same thing, but we're going to try them out anyway. Yeah, nameless prisoner. Ragged soul. Yeah. This was actually a nameless prisoner, so... Job. Okay, yeah. It's going to be the same. Book. Okay. Let's waste another key here. Okay. The thing that has me interested here is this guy, but I don't see a way to get to them. There is a secret door below us. I don't know how clear that is, but there is a secret door below us. So maybe... Hold on. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. Sure. Talk. There's Zoran. They're a wise mage. Job. I'm here to help thee. I'm here to help thee. Okay, so tell me about your health. I'm old, very old. Tell me about help. Seek help in the castles. Now, I don't know if that means that every time we encounter a castle and we approach a liege or a lady, we need to actually say the word help. I just don't know, but we'll try that. That's a thing that we should actually attempt to do. Okay, so castles. The Lyceum. Empath Abbey. And Serpent's Castle. So I don't know if we should approach them and say help each one, but we'll try that. Okay. Wilt thou go hither? Yes, we will. Find therein all named Antos. Oh, okay, and these are... Remember when I said that there were specific particular things that we needed to ask of the Antoses? Here we go. And this is what we need to do. We don't know about... We know about the book, but I don't think they specifically mean the codex. But we have the candle, and I think that that's what this is all about. So it's about stuff that's related to the candle that we picked up. So find therein all named Antos. And ask of the bell, book, and candle. Okay. I'm gonna finish this conversation and then we're going to go on a 10-minute break. So, I assume Empath Abbey, Serpent, Bell, book, candle. Okay. Atlas. Sure. Okay, so I think that's good enough. I'm gonna leave us in this conversation so the time doesn't pass. And then when I come back, we will carry on. I'll see you shortly. I'm going to be a couple of extra minutes. I am going to wait for my tea to draw. So I'm not going to start the timer. I'm just going to walk away, get the tea, and then come right back. Okay, and now I am back. Sorry if you heard this loop, this music loop all the time. And I'm not talking, but here we are, I'm back. And while I was out on a break, I found the cat. She was walking up to me going, "What were you doing? Why didn't you help me?" Anyway, so she is now, I guess, safe and sound. So let's get out of this conversation. I think we need to jimmy this lock, because I don't think this opens. Yeah. How do we get here? We got here through there. And I don't think there's a door to the left. Okay, so let's jimmy this lock. And then open it. And I seem to recall, yeah, get out of the way. I believe in you, you can do it. Thank you. There we go. Oh, that's a little awkward. It says, I am a Reaper. Okay. You meet a Reaper. It says, I am a Reaper. What is your name? Okay, it's just a Reaper, right. Tell me about your job. I kill adventurers. Okay. And your help. Not as good. No, not so good. No one to eat in here. What? Okay. Sure. I guess we'll have to follow up on that. They kill? Oh, kill. There is a thing which can kill many. A thing that can kill many. Tell me about this thing. Actually, tell me about this thing. Knowledge of it is found at Buccaneer's Den. Okay, this is probably actually interesting, and I think we should follow up on this. So I am going to make a connection. This is in Castle Britain. Let's give myself some space. We want doors above. We met a Reaper. We met a Reaper. We asked the Reaper about the thing, and they said, knowledge of it is found at Buccaneer's Den. So we need to go to Buccaneer's Den, I guess, and ask about the thing. Buccaneer's Den. Oh, sorry. I am completely silly. We should be doing this in connections. Okay, so it's somewhere, and we need to ask someone about the thing. And I guess we're going to get a response. Okay. Will you seek this thing? Yes, I will. Encounters. Sorry, no. Castle Britain. Will you seek this thing? Yes. It brings great power. Okay. So... Oh, I thought that was gonna have a dumb response like the other guy. Oh well. Many. Buccaneers Den. Oh. Good. Okay. Good. That's kind of interesting, I guess. Is there another way out here? No, there isn't. So we need to go down here. Is there a way down? No. No. Again, sorry. Cats, hold on. by the time I got there, my cat had chased the other cat away. So, Lord knows where they are now, but they're not here anymore. I just heard the worst screech ever, and then I heard one of them go up into the brush because there's lots of like around the outside of the house there's a whole bunch of plants and there's climbing vines, and if you obviously are a cat, the climbing vines probably aren't helpful to you, and I think what I heard was one of them jump into the climbing vines like an idiot, and they scrambled up the rest of the way to the top of the wall and ran away. So I don't know, man. I'm having a night tonight with the cats. I'm gonna keep the keys near me just in case I need to go again and sort them out. So, alright. So, I don't really want to jimmy this lock because it's just the other side of that door that we've seen before. So, I'm not going to do that. But the problem is that I don't think that there's any way out of here other than using a door and then going this way. Okay, I think this is the main part of the castle. This sort of suggests to me that there is a little more to the castle. I don't see anything. And we know that there's nothing here. So maybe, I know this is a waste of a key, because I think this just leads up to the... I'm gonna say that it does. Where was the exit? It was here. I think that this section here, I'm just gonna waste a key, which is very frustrating. But I think this just leads up to where we were before with the right hand side. So if we go descend here, yes, okay. Okay, cool. I don't know if these doors will be open anymore. No. Well, that was effectively a waste of a key. Because when you go from floor to floor, it just locks all the doors behind you again. Very stupid. But we know that we can just get here with no actual problem, so it's fine. Okay, these are guards, right? Yeah. Name, job. And this guy's the same. Okay, well, let's talk to this guy. Funny, no response. And this guy. You meet a fair maiden. Name? They are Juliet. And a job. Job. I can help thee. Oh. I had too many E's in thee. And your help. Fine, thanks. Tell me about your help that you can offer. Seek ye to know how the 8 virtues form into the 3 principles. We do, yes. He says, no, he does. We do not. So she didn't... Oh, yeah, okay. I thought, because I didn't really read, I was skimming. The statement, seek ye to know how the 8 virtues form into the 3 principles, was a question because it starts with seek ye, which is, you know, just a way of phrasing a question. And then that wasn't actually the question. The question was, know he this? I do not know this. Seek it. Wow. This is frustrating to me when they say no, or when I say no, and then I'm expecting more information out of them, they're like, ooh, go find that. Ugh, I'm gonna try this again, but we're gonna say yes. It was help. Yes. Now the one. Oh, what? Okay. I don't know what that means. Yes. Now. Okay, sure. So I'm gonna try and ask about 8 virtues. 3 principles. Okay, well, she can't really help me. She was kidding. Juliet, I resent that. But in a way where I'm just like gonna be passive aggressive about it. Okay, bye. Yeah. We meet a dancing jester. Tell me about your name. Okay, they're just a twin. Just a twin. We already have, right? Oh, yes. Because they are job to entertain. And then they did not elaborate about this. Oh, okay. Perfectly happy. Okay. Let's talk to this guy. This is a dancing jester. And they're just a twin. Let's talk to this guy. Okay, so why did we get level 7? We got level... Actually, we skipped through level... we skipped through level 5 and 6. Well, 6 and 7, sorry. And we got level 7. It's probably because we have done some virtues in the interim and we don't know about it. That's fine. We don't have all the runes, so it doesn't matter to me that we got these done. We've got one more level to go, which is one virtue that we haven't gotten to full yet. And so that is why we probably can't get that. So, alright. I don't know, virtues. Okay, so honesty. The fair town of Moonglow and Verity Isle is where the virtue of honesty is attached. So he's actually telling us things that we've kind of discovered organically as we played the game. I'll ask him about principles. I cannot help you with that. The codex. The abyss. Okay. This is actually useful because I don't think we knew this before. The Great Stygian Abyss. Oh, it is said that in the deepest recesses of the abyss, the chamber of the codex. Okay, so I'm gonna try that again. The Great Stygian Abyss. The Great Stygian Abyss is the darkest pocket. The darkest pocket of evil. Oh, okay. He just... No, I don't want to attack. Oh, I want to talk. Abyss. Pocket of evil remaining in Britannia. And then he says, it is said that the deepest recesses of the abyss. It is said that hold on. Talk. Abyss. In the deepest recesses. That in the deepest recesses abyss. Sorry man, you just keep on talking too fast. The deepest recesses of the abyss is the chamber the codex? Codex. Okay, now you can do the last sentence there, because that's fine. It is also said that only one of highest virtue may enter this chamber. One such as an avatar. And then there's 3 exclamation points. I don't know why. Okay, so Stygian. We know about Abyss, Evil, Britannia. Okay. Even though the great evil lords, okay. He goes too fast. Evil lords have been routed. Evil yet remains in Britannia. And then he starts off this whole second thing. So, but if but one soul could complete the quest of the Avatar, our people would have a new hope. Have a new hope, a new goal for life. And then he starts a third thing. There would be a shining example that there is more to life than the endless struggle for possessions and gold. Okay. Chamber of the Codex. Also said the highest virtue, and then Avatar. To be an avatar is to be the embodiment, of the 8 virtues. It is to live a life, constantly and forever, in the quest to better thy soul, and the world in which we live. Okay, so let's talk about evil lords. Even though the great evil lords have been routed, yet evil yet remains in Britannia. If but one soul to complete the quest. Oh. Okay, so quest. The quest of the Avatar is to know and become the embodiment of The 8 virtues of good. Oh, 8 virtues of goodness. The 8 virtues of goodness. And then he says more. It is known all who take on this quest must prove themselves by conquering the abyss and viewing the codex of ultimate wisdom. Okay. This is like a whole lot of a lore dump that we didn't have before. Because we never stopped to ask Lord British any of these questions. The first time we were here, we were like, so tell me about the virtues, and then we checked out. Like, he told us about the virtues, he told us where we could find out about them, and then we didn't actually follow up on, like, anything that he had to say, because we didn't know how the game worked, really. And so, here we have a big old lore dump, but it's mostly very circular and kind of repetitive, because he's telling me the same, like, 3 things over and over again. You need to go into Stygian Abyss. The Stygian Abyss has the codex. On the way, you need to become an avatar. So, I'm going to follow up on all of this stuff because we didn't do that before, but I don't expect him to give us too much more actual information because he's given us basically the 2 or 3 things that matter. So, we did Quest of the Avatar, Hope, All for Life, Hope, Shining Example, Mortal Life, and Endless Struggle for Gold, Possessions and Gold. Gold. Okay, cool. So, to be an avatar is to be the embodiment of the 8 virtues. Tell me about 8. It is to live a life constantly and forever in the quest to better thyself and the world in which we live. There's not much I can tease out of that. The quest of the avatar is to know and become the embodiment of the 8 virtues of goodness. Goodness. Okay. It is, I wrote no, we should write known because that's a better sentence. It is known that all who take on the quest must prove themselves by conquering the abyss. We've asked about the abyss, and we've asked about the codex, but we didn't get a response about that. Ultimate, and wisdom. Okay, cool. So I think that that's basically it. That's like about the sum of what he has to say. I think we just say bye at this point. And he says, farewell. Very well, my friend. Okay, so I think that functionally concludes our escapade in Castle British. Let's get out of here. Actually, let's talk to Hawkwind. For which part? So, I suspect that. So we had justice to begin with because we went and did that. It may be that we got valor and compassion because I think sacrifice is absurdly difficult to raise, and I think sacrifice is the only one we might not have. Thou art giving of thyself in some ways, seeking now to find yet more. There we go. So I think that, like, throughout the course of the game, we've raised our other stats except for sacrifice. So compassion. That does show that compassion well. Continued goodwill should be like that. Oh, we don't have compassion? Really? Valor? Go to the shrine and meditate. Right, yes, okay. We don't have the rune for this one though, so we can't do this. Humility. Yeah, see, it might have been valor and humility, in fact, because we did have that at some point, honestly. Okay, and spirituality. Thou art doing well on the path to inner light. Continue to seek the inner light. Yeah, okay. And then honor. Okay, and justice. Yeah, see, we lost justice at some point, and then we made it back. So we're a lot of the way there. So let's get out of here. At the moment, I'm not too fussed about the virtues. We'll get back to that, and we'll make sure that we have all of our virtues intact at the end of the game, because that's the thing that we have to do. I want to go here. This is Britain itself. Our notes for Britain should mostly be okay, because at this point I kind of figured out what we needed to do. So, there's bits here where I don't have job, because job usually takes us to something that we are interested in. But so far we are pretty good. It was talking about Julio, and I could have sworn that in our look around again, we may have come across Julio. I just want to check. No, it's I keep thinking about Juliet when I see Julio, and I'm obviously not correct. So let me just check. Right. I'm just checking through all the other subsequent places that we went to see if I can see Julio. But, like, I don't think Julio is anywhere in any of these lists. Because I remember we looked for them before and we couldn't find them. When I was doing the when I was specifically doing the connections spreadsheet, or sheet in the spreadsheet, we went looking for Julia and we couldn't find them. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So far, I don't see Julio here. Okay. Let's get back to Castle, to actual Britain. Okay. So I'm gonna just fill in some of these a little bit better, because some of them are not well filled in. We have a guard, which we didn't ever note down. Guard. And your name. And your job. I'm a guard, of course. Tell me about your health. I'm fully healed. Tell me about being a guard. God. We guards have a lot of compassion. Okay. tell me about compassion? We always say, let all others others' troubles be as thine own. Dost thou kill non-evil creatures? No. Because one of the things that we have to do in order to raise our honor is to be mindful of what is evil and non-evil. And we've been fairly good about that, so no. Good. Troubles? Non-evil creatures. Okay. That was more than we had about them before, so that's fine. I want to see if there's someone here, because I don't know that we ever did check that. No, there's no one there. Okay, let's go here. This is the weaponry store. This is Joe. I do have Joe. Right, Joe was the guy I wanted rum, and when we said that we didn't have rum, he was like, But he did tell us about the Yellowstone, which is in the Dungeon of Despise. So I actually think that I think I'm gonna go through this again. Right. Okay, so yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. Heck. And then we asked for rum. And then he said, you're interested in rum? Heck, give me rum. And we had to say no because we didn't have any. Beer Joe. Right, okay. So I don't know how we got him to tell me about the stone. I think maybe we just tripped over it by me asking, because this is still the point where I was asking everyone about everything. And so I think that what happened was I just asked him about the stone, and he gave me the answer that the stone is in Despise. Because here, there, okay, the Yellowstone. Stone, Dungeon, Despise. Okay, so sure, we got that out of him. I think the bell is here as well. This is the bell. No, sorry. This is the bell. Oh, sorry. You meet a spicy woman. They are Pepper. We made a note of Pepper. But there's not enough here about Pepper because we got Pepper and I didn't actually do any good note taking. So their name is Pepper, their job is they're a fighting bard. I'm a fighting bard. And then when we ask about bards, she gives bards know many things. And then he asked us, does thou seek something? And we still don't know what ties into Pepper, because we've never come across someone saying, hey, go find Pepper, and ask them about a specific thing. So we don't know what we're looking for here. We are looking for something, yes, but we don't know what. What might it be? What might that be? And so I think that if I look at the connections spreadsheet, I think I have mentioned Pepper. Oh no, I did not. Okay, so let me just add Pepper in here. So, Pepper. Pepper is in Britain. We asked them about Bard. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We need to ask them a very specific question. Right. So maybe it's Abyss, maybe it's Codex, maybe it's Stone, maybe it's Rune. Oh, there we go, it's Rune. It's possibly Rune, I should say. Oh, I have hiccups. The Rune of Compassion. The Rune of Compassion lies at the end of a hall somewhere in the town. Lies at the end of a hall somewhere in this town. So we kind of brute forced that. That was really not helpful. Realistically, we shouldn't have done that way. But I guess it sometimes pays just to ask everything about everyone about everything. So if we go into there we go. Sure. We do not have the Rune of Compassion, so this is actually good to know. So I am going to say bye. And let's just search around super very quickly. Oh. They say the whole. Maybe it's here. Oh, there we go. You found the Rune of Compassion. Right, okay, cool. So we can actually close off Pepper, because we've got what we needed from Pepper. Where's the connection spreadsheet? And now we can go back to the city list and we can say, yes, we do actually have the Rune of Compassion. So, Compassion, we've got the rune. So at this point, we actually have 4 runes. We've got the Rune of Justice, we've got the Rune of Honesty, we got the Rune of Humility, we got the Rune of Compassion. And so at this point, we could probably go and do all of those because we've got the mantra for humility, for compassion, which is in Mew. So we could go and do that. I don't see any good reason to do that yet. Like, it makes more sense to do it when we're at the end of the game and we're going for the end. It doesn't make sense to do it until then. I'm God. I am God. Of course, okay. So let's talk to this guy. You meet a poor beggar. Oh, Okay. Britain. We don't know about the beggar. Right, so name, their sprite, their job. I have no job, so now I beg. And their health. I fear I will die of starvation. Okay. And so one of the things that happened here at Britain, in fact, was I didn't quite figure out how I could give them things because I was trying to give them food. I don't know if anyone remembers this. This was so long ago. And we learned that you can just use the keyword give during conversations to do that. I don't know if I can still do that with Spite because we already have. Please help me. Okay. Will that help me? Oh. Yes, we will do that. In return, I shall tell thee that Pepper knows the rune. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. So, alright. I have not eaten in a week. Oh my god. I feel so sorry for people like this in a situation. We will give, and then again we'll just give 99. So, I shall never forget thy kindness. Now that we've done that, let's ask about the rune. That I cannot help thee with. Really? Please help me. In return, I shall tell thee that Pepper knows of the rune. Maybe it's stone. Hold on. There's something afoot here. This isn't Pepper. Hold on. Oh, I'm an idiot. This year, please help me. Will thou help me? Yes, in return, I shall tell thee that Pepper knows of the rune. This is a connection. It's supposed to be a connection, but we already know about this. So if we go now to Pepper, we would know to ask about the rune, and that would give us the rune of compassion lies at the end of a hall somewhere in this town. But we jumped the gun there because we just, jammed a bunch of questions, and then incidentally, rune was the right question to ask Pepper. So, sure, we brute forced it and got there. Okay, I'm gonna get us out here, and tomorrow we're just gonna pick up the Strand by talking to people in Britain. So today was fairly productive. I mean, we only really saw 2 places. We only really saw Castle Britain. No, I lie. We saw the Abyss and rescued the balloon, which I hate, but okay, we've got the balloon now. And this is kind of what happened. This is not clean note taking for Britain yet. Like, none of this is clean. But we need to sort this out at some point. So we're doing exactly that, right? I should probably make a note of the people that we've already talked to, because I'm going to forget. Oh, that's not what I want. I want like a green, which is fine on the sheet. I'll remove the green from this eventually because we will have talked to everyone. Where's Pepper? There. Because we need to do this here as well. Because I'm going to forget where we are in the spreadsheet because it is already some note taking that has happened. And then the other thing that happened here was we looked at Castle Britain, and I've started adding hidden walls so that we know what to do. Did I not mention the hidden door that takes us? Oh, I did not. There's a hidden wall. Okay, sure. We've got all that. Okay. So Castle Britain's notes are now actually legible and tolerable, and Britain's notes are some of the way, and that was kind of what we did. We added a couple of connections. What I've been doing for the connections is I've just been adding at the top here, because this is all the initial couple of cities that we went to. So up until about here. Up until about here is all fairly new, and we didn't have this before. Okay. So I'm gonna get us out of here. Yeah, see, there's Pepper as well, because we had to add it in. So let's get out of here. And then end. Gravity Gamer asks, is it starting to cool down where you are? A little bit, not like greatly, but it is starting to be better during the evenings. The days are still sometimes torturous, but they're not too bad. It's easing off. February is almost always the worst month of the year, because February is always the one where we're at the tail end of summer, and then the sun insists on shining like super hot. So summer this month has been a little torturous, but February was the worst of the super high temperatures. So we've had a couple of days here where it's been hotter than I'd like, but it hasn't been like the apex of summer where like, so the cat will sometimes go outside in the morning and she'll lie in the sun, and then the sun will get too much for her. And I have just a plain wooden table, which is cool against her fur and skin. And so what she'll do is she'll come in when it's very hot, and she'll just plonk herself down on the table, or plonk herself down on the, because most of the place is tiled, and she'll just lie on the tiles, mostly on foot where everyone can walk on top of her. But it hasn't been quite as bad as that for most of this month. It was bad yesterday and the day before, but it's slowly easing off. I imagine that it's starting to get warmer there, which is good because I understand from my limited experience of being in Vermont that like the winters, and strictly speaking the tail end of winter heading off into spring, is ridiculous. So I'm sort of aware. Okay, while I wait for Gabriel the Gamer to respond, I'm gonna get going. Tomorrow we are going to do the last of our backtracking where I shouldn't even say that. It's the last of our backtracking where we're asking questions and filling out the spreadsheet. After that, what we're going to do is we're going to walk to every town, and we're going to look to see if we can find hidden spots. And once we've finished with that, the next thing I want to tackle is I want to start doing dungeons, because we've got 4 runes now, and everything we've heard so far has been, hey, you need 4 runes to get going. And we do have that. So we can actually go into dungeons and start seeing what we can see. So that's the next big plan. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend if I don't see you. Gravity Gamer, I hope your migraines are easing up. Gravity Gamer says have a good evening. You as well. Have a wonderful evening. I shall see you all soon. Good night for now.